There is nothing, no form, no matter, nothing. You can imagine you're a cloud, and there's nothing else but you. There's one big cloud, and you are aware. You have awareness or consciousness, and nothing but you. Emptiness. So I think you're going to be doing a lot of daydreaming and imagining. That's what. And I was like, yes, okay. Just ask. You're asking the self. It is not a victim here. It's the only thing that exists. So there we are. So you're not trapped playing this. It, because there's no you, is choosing to do this. And you can choose not to do this like the gurus. You can choose to undo this as well, you see. When it decides, when you choose, no, it's not the easiest thing, because they say the program obviously, in order for it to work, it had to be a very strong belief, the energy in the separate one. It's a very, as they'll tell you, when the non-dual people listen to them, they'll tell you, it's an energetic contraction. It's a very strong, it's the first belief is the I thought, which is projected out here, which creates a separation. So the first thing that consciousness or the divine does is project a thought out there, I am Joe, boom, and there we are. It manifests a form, and it's created this whole, as Bashar said, it's like an overlay, energetic like overlay, like a picture, like you seeing. There we are, the picture of honor. Oh, look, look at me, I'm pretty, I'm a lady, I'm a that's exactly what it's done, and it's only it here. So there's no one doing anything to anyone, and it's very capable of undoing it or stopping it when it wants to. You see, you are that. There is nothing in existence outside of it. Everything. The bed, the light, the table, the chair, the doll. Things are going to start getting magical now. It's changing the story, right? So it's going to start. People are starting to see. Things are going to start getting funky now, like it was in the old days, because it's changing the story to be fun. So more what you would call magical, magic manifestations, miracle, what you would say, things are going to start happening. Some people might be a bit frightened if they don't understand, if they're down here. They might fear. But if you know that everything is the divine, thank you. Everything is the divine, right? The lamp, it's creating the lamp. It's everything. The bed, the blanket, everything. You are creating it. It's part of the story. Amazing. So you have nothing to fear, because everything literally is you. And this is why everything's connected, and you are connected to everything. You can communicate, tap in, talk to everything, because it's actually you. There is no physical separation. Why? Because everything's energy. So this, it permeates, as the gurus say, everything. The wall, the chair, the table. There's only there is no separation from anything. There is no separate energy. You're not separate from any energy. There's no they energy, my energy, his energy. No. There's a one energy. And that is the one. It's just manifesting and gaming as it's gaming as a chair, as a human, as a table, as a pillow, as a butterfly. That's all it's doing. So as it's manifested that form, it's going to create a different frequency. But there's no separation. So that butterfly just has a different frequency because it has a different form of mass vibration to you. But it is the same one. That's it. It's amazing. See, Elizabeth, that depends. That's what I'm saying. It depends on your consciousness. When you believe you're a separate being and a separate one, yes, you're going to come back. If you haven't finished a lesson, because automatically you will reincarnate into another body. Because you've identified as I'm a body and I'm going to die and I'm going to, so you will, whatever's unfinished, these energies you've manifested, you've put out there, you've projected, in the future, you're expecting this, you've dreamt that's going to happen, this is going to happen. That is put out there. So that will still continue. And because you've identified, you're going to, you will find yourself carnating back. Not as a victim. Not. But just to finish whatever, it's not to finish, it's to finish that experience. You are basically a manifestation machine. You are the divine manifesting. Now you can choose to manifest fantastic life and love and the most amazing experience, or you can choose to manifest shit. Because it's what I'm saying. Everything you are creating and believe. So if you believe shit stories and you want to believe in the worst and you're imprisoned and I'm trapped and I'm blah, 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 exactly what you say, you are claiming. And so if you just think about it, you think of the divine, right, as, sorry, what's that? Give me that name. What's that? You know, the genie and the lamp. You know when you rub that lamp, what's that from? Aladdin. You know, you rub that lamp and you can ask whatever you want, boom, you get it. That is exactly what's happening. You just don't realize that. You are that. So all the divine is doing is manifesting you to play, right? It's manifesting, oh, look, and there's Claire, right? And now Claire says, you don't realize that Claire's going through life, oh, life is this, and that's going to happen, and oh, I'm worried about that, and I've got to keep saving, and I must, whatever you're saying, because it's okay, and it's just going to give you, bing, 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 bing. So you have a genie. Whatever you say, believe, and think, and expect, it is going to give it to you. So just think you have a genie in your pocket. You can ask and expect the best wishes. I'm going to manifest, man, a palace, a this, a that, and if you have no doubt, as Jesus said, faith of a mustard seed, you're going to get it. So know you have a genie. You have a manifestation machine, which is the divine. Will give you everything you define, claim, and want, because reality has nothing whatsoever. Okay. Yes, when I first woke up, the very first book I ever read was Neil Donald Walsh's Conversations with God. Was one of the first books I ever read when I started the so-called esoteric path. Yeah. It's so true though. I'm not joking. Ask those guys. If you watch these young people now that it's fallen away, their character's fallen away and they're back as oneness, as God's source, they'll say, that's exactly what you are, a manifestation machine. It's creating all these stories. You can create whatever you want. So if you say, oh, this has happened in the earth, that's going to happen, but that's exactly what you're going to create. Because you are creating an experience. Nothing is real. How can I say? By creating this fake separate one, what you have done is like a bubble. There's like a bubble around you. But you know what you feel or see as a torus field? That is the separate fake entity. That is the entire universe that you are sitting in. That bubble, that torus field, is the illusionary world you are experiencing. Literally. When that field collapses, when you so-called die, that energy collapses, it returns to one, into the whole, into source again. When you've created, you believe there's a separate one, you're creating this torus field, a separate energy of bubble. That's why they say it's a contracted energy. You are not separate. There's nothing here. You are not separate. There is no body. There's no body that's separate, because it's only energy. So how can the energy, it's only a form of energy, be separate from any other energy around you? Yeah, this space. This is all energy. Now because you think it's solid, that's exactly why. So what you are doing is why you create everything, even the world, the timeline you're going to be on. This so-called torus field, this bubble you're in, as Bashar says, literally is your own universe. The world you see, the people, all the story is inside that bubble, that torus field. That's the entire illusion that you're experiencing. The whole real world is that. That thing pops, and they'll tell you. When you stop, identifying it, you go back to oneness. There's no separate anyone. That separate one disappears, the contraction disappears, and the individual person has gone. That's non-duality. That's what the gurus talk about, all these non-dual people. That's what they talk about. And when you drop into that, it's freaking amazing when you see it. And you can see everything. Say like, no, I drop into your field. I drop into your bubble, which is not pleasant, because you actually feel the density when you drop into this, and the whole world just then opens up. This light and this world appears around you. The illusion appears around you. Inside that, every single thought, desire, and wish you can see. So I was able to see like, ooh, this guy wants a house, but it looks like all your wishes and desires, like, they're just thoughts. It's all there in that field. So everything. So it's like I said, I'm saying, you're putting a shopping list out, And then the minute you match that frequency and vibration, poof, you know, it appears in your little bubble. Oh, look, there's a car, there's a person, you know, whatever, whatever. There's nothing here. It's like a movie screen. There we are. Funny. So, watch what you tell the genie, all right? Because otherwise, that divine source that's what they say, it's unconditional. You can create a horrible story and suffering, or you can create heaven on earth, love, bliss, oneness. And these are the different timelines that are separating now, because some are creating they've all banded together and expecting a very dark, negative, destructive future, and others are no, we're golden earth and the golden age, and you know, and then so there's many different timelines. They're going to split off stories now, you see, because their frequencies are so different now. They're going to completely, whereas now you can still see parallel realities. It's like glass mirrors, so you can see these other timelines. You're not affected by them, but you can see that negative and the destructive ones, the stories, that they're becoming less and less. You just they don't even come into your awareness anymore, or anything. You don't see them when you scroll anymore, because they're that far. You've cleared whatever you've cleared. What you've released releases you. What you claim is yours. What you claim claims you. What you release releases you, right, as this thing. So because we have got so many, it's splitting, you see. So we're going to now separate completely, and we will not perceive that. They will go off and destroy themselves, and we will go off and play, you know, the golden age. Some, because it's a choice. Some have chosen to. They've said this is going to happen, and we are doomed, and blah, blah, blah. They have chosen that reality to experience. Some are choosing it, and I'm saying, oh no, there's no ETs, oh, you know, whatever. So they're going to separate and have all these separate experiences of reality, because there isn't really anyone. It's what you want to call parallel universes and worlds. That we're all going to be going bye-bye. Those that want to destroy themselves are going to have that experience. Of course they can, because it's illusionary. There's no one to destroy anyway. Are going to go off and destroy themselves, and we'll be happy. Happy. New earth or whatever. Yeah, exactly. So this is what's happening. It's because you've got your little universe, as you said, there's millions of alternate universes, because literally your torus field, your bubble, is your whole world. That whole little movie that you're watching is in that thing. That's why there's infinite, they say, parallels, because everyone's got their own little la, you know. And you're drawing different things into the experience. Amazing. Yeah, exactly. None of it's real. It's actually none of it exists, because there's no matter in existence. There's only this. There's only energy. It's just amazing, mind-boggling. I mean, you can't help not love what you are. You're actually in awe and in love with what you are. If you realize that you are this formless nothingness, look what you're creating. It's unbelievable. How can you not love what you are? You are incredible. And it's only you. So what are you going to be frightened of? There's nothing in existence besides you. Nothing. You got to laugh. You got to love yourself. I mean, you are just amazing. You think you're mind-blowing. You can't describe. That's why the gurus say that you cannot describe what you are. I think it's so beautiful what I'm in awe. I'm in love with the self. I just think, I mean, how can you not? How can you not? When you realize that everything, every single dream, so all, if you want to say astrals, all these different layers, right, which don't exist either. The ETs, there's this realm, the angel realm, there's blah, 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 blah. Everything. None of them actually exist. There's only the one. And look around you, just in your experience, right? Your human experience, say the earth experience. Look at the diversity. How it is mind-blowing to see what has manifested. So every single character has imagined. And we've got, I mean, it's infinite, as they say. Because every single one of you is imagining and thinking. I mean, you're creating, it's incredible. It's just, I'm in awe of what you are. I mean, how can you not be? It's not possible. Yes, time, you'll notice time speeding up here. Because the frequency and vibration is. There's no time either. That's another thing. It's hilarious. Think about it. Exactly as Bashar said. And this is what the gurus say. If you really think and focus on it and start your non-dual thing, you'll see. How can time, there's no time in space. Because you are this, as I said, that cloud that's thinking. So as I tell you, when there's non-dual, there's no movement, there's not even experience. When the character falls away, there's no experience of going anywhere. Even though you might get on a plane and fly to, say, Paris, you yourself don't experience. You're sitting on the plane, it's like you experience no movement. Because there is no time and space. Nothing is separate. Everything's one energy, right? There's no time, there's no space. That's a thought as well. So that's what I'm saying. When you actually really contemplate what you are, if you start this path and ask and you start working and realizing what you are, and you're shown and it collapses and you see all this, right? You are mind blown. It's mind blowing. You're in awe. And you realize there's nothing to fear because there's only you. And that you is unconditional love. Unconditional. So it will give you whatever you want. And it's only you. So you got to love you. It loves you. When you realize, is that what I'm saying? And you've got nothing to fear because it is love. It is only you. You couldn't be safer if you tried. There's nothing around. There's nothing else. There's only you. What you can... That's the funniest thing. You think, well, hell, nothing exists. There's only you. It's mind-blowing. And it's unconditional love. So yeah, I'm so in awe and in love with the self. It's, I mean, just amazement, you know. But then also you realize there is nothing as well. Because often I get back, I remember what I was shown, and then you realize you were talking to yourself all the time. When you go back and you think back on those, what you were shown and experienced, you realize it was only you were talking to. And that you were actually saw yourself. Nothing. And then you were like, holy shit, that's what I am. So there is nothing. And you can just relax because you know there's nothing. No physical matter, nothing, nothing can ever harm you. There is nothing. You are just this. It's very peaceful, I must say. After coming, if you go through the earth experience, it's just people and noise, and I mean, it's just lots of things. Just to think that you are nothing. And it's absolutely nothing. It's like being in a deprivation tank, right? Nothing, no one, no sound, no thing, and absolute peace. Nothing to ever worry about because there is nothing at all. Oh, that's peace. I'm like, just wow. Beautiful. No, we're not. We're not a crescendo. We're about to split. We're about to split, separate our timelines. The story is going to separate completely. So those that want to go in war and destroy themselves are going to go off and do that. There's many timelines that are going to separate. One of them that, they want to go and destroy themselves and go to war, that'll go off. We'll separate before that happens. So those that want to, they believe they're all doomed and there's going to be war and destroy, that they're going to go off and do that. There's others that are going to go, there's many. Depends on what you put your energy and identified with and believe and define, and there we are. So yes, the timelines will completely separate. So we will not experience or even be aware of them going off and destroying themselves. They'll just go off and do their own thing. And others will be off, and it'll just work out perfectly. Everything will go the other way. So some will experience going up, everything will go wonderful, and as we say, positive, everything's great. Others are going to go off and have another story. No, it's not a rhythm. It's a thought. There's no rhythm. It's just a thought. Just identification, belief. It's like anything. You believe or define it. It's a thought. The I is an I thought. Everything's a thought because there's no matter. There's no rhythm. So it only creates from thought, belief. So it's created by thinking, okay, that's it. Literally the I, separate I, is a thought. That's how it does it. So it's amazing when it's the way. So just by claiming that's exactly how you make it, and that's how you see. You keeps identifying with the separate one in order to keep it. So you've got to, it's quite a program. It's a habit. You've got so used to that it falls away. It's always claiming it's a separate one. Amazing. I think, I know, now I think nothing is so frippin' awesome. I couldn't think of anything better. A break. Can you imagine peace? For me, it's like relaxing. If you really want absolute peace, why do you think we enjoy sleeping? That's exactly why. Because why? There's nothing. We go back to that nothingness, that stillness and absolute peace and quiet. So when we're in our deep sleep, we return to the absolute there. It's what I'm saying. Absolute stillness. That's why we love sleeping in this realm. It's so like too much. It just uses so much energy because there's so much being put out there. So much sensory experience and movement and manifestation. It takes you in. It's like, because you're constantly manifesting. So that's why your energy is going out. As the gurus say, you stop putting your energy out, they build the light body they're going within. That's why you get so tired, you need to sleep, because you're expending all your energy into the manifestation and desire and all. But I think absolute nothingness for a while is just bloody awesome. No problem with it. I'm like, yes. And when I remember what I am, it's like, oh, absolute peace, nothing. I mean, there's just, oh no, I think it's wonderful. Love it. Nice break. Yes. Because you are identified with it. It's a thought. Everything's a thought. That's how the illusion is created by thoughts. It creates a story. You see? And all those thoughts come together, words so-called, it makes a story. There's no need for it when there's nothing, because, what do you need it for? Yeah. No, exactly. You don't need to know anything. That's the gurus say, no knowledge, nothing is the best. Unknowing, because there is nothing to know, because actually all of this is just an illusion, story. The only knowledge is in the story. Wisdom, knowledge, you need to know things. Nothing actually exists. So that's what they say. I know nothing. The best is to know nothing, unknown nothing, unknowing, because there is nothing to know, because there is nothing. See, in the story is wisdom and you need knowledge, whatever, because you need knowledge about the game. It's all part of the game, part of the illusion. But actually there is no thing. That's why there's no knowledge, because there's nothing to know. There's only you. That's it. Like, just imagine this big ball of energy or of a cloud. That's it. What do you need to know? There's nothing to know, because nothing actually exists. So that's why they say unknowing is the height of whatever, can't remember, but it's just all, a lot of the old teachings, remember, were also programs and were passed down from the old times. The one is changing the game now. So don't follow too much of that, because that was for that time. It's changing the actual game, the earth game, the reality and the story. You see? There you thought you were stuck and you were suffering because you believed all that. You see? We created all that suffering because we took on all those negative beliefs and programs and stories. That's why people wanted to get out. But they were creating their own suffering because we were in density and identified a lot of things. We believed in it. We didn't realize we actually can control our reality or manifest it or create it by our own thoughts, beliefs and things and definitions. So that's why things were not pleasant. The split's going to go ahead, yeah. Not soon, very soon. Yes. Well, no, when you stop it, you don't need to know. When it falls away, you don't need to know. You just be. That's what they say. You just be. And let manifest. But when you're holding all this crap and you just be, guess what's going to happen? All the rubbish you're still holding in is frequency vibration. It's drawing shit to you. So the experience, the human experience, will carry on being whatever nonsense programs, fear, beliefs, definitions you've got in here. You're going to carry on creating. That's why people said the cycle, same cycle. Why this keeps happening and Earth's got the same problems? That's why. So think about this. Is talk about divine intelligence. If you want to change the game, right, you clean out the bullshit, the stories, the human programs, the distortions, the traumas. You clean it out. So you can create a whole new paradigm, because once the character falls away, if you listen to those in non-dual and pay attention, when the character falls away, the personality structure, the program held in the body is still there. Take a look. All those people, the gurus and non-dual people, even the late young new people, the new radical non-dual, whatever, they are very different. Their personalities are different. Their characters different. Their trauma, what had to release from them was different. So the divine this is what you call divine, love, and intelligent. So could you imagine if the veil was just pulled away now and we were all just returned to non-dual, to oneness, to source, right? Wonderful. We're all going to realize this is an illusional realm, but it ain't going to stop the suffering that your body, you're going to experience. So we're all going to have the same bullshit programs. When you see, when they fall away, that shit comes out. Now there's no filter to control or suppress or limit and slowly heal. There's no one there. So all that distortion and trauma is still in the vessel, and it comes out without control, without filter. There's a much tougher way. So those holding a lot more density and trauma would really suffer. This is a far more loving and compassionate way to bring the whole game, all the humans in the game, back to itself without suffering. Because some have huge distortions, trauma, and problems. This one had plenty. So if you slowly bring them up, and releasing, like now, the purging, clearing, releasing of the traumas, releasing of the programs and all this shit you've taken on. And then when we go back to oneness, to God's source, which is soon, to that, as Bashar says, no separation, guess what? You're not going to be manifesting those same bullshit programs and same distorted, relationships and whatever. And diseases and limitations and, suffering is just, No, it's a choice. That's why. I think that's amazing. So there we are. So this is why this spiritual awakening or thing is happening as a process slowly. So it's not like going to be brutal, cruel, and destructive. Because you imagine it would be, if you think about it, you realize, that wouldn't be good. Could you imagine the impact it would have on the energy on the planet if everyone, the entire planet was forced like boom, and all had a dark night of the soul? The whole thing would just crumble. The whole society would collapse because there'd be nobody functioning. Nothing would be functioning. Everyone would be going through their real purging and collapse, dark night of the soul, whatever, It would just be chaos. So the experience would have been chaotic. So the divine has put, waves of awakening. And it's been clearing out all your karmic patterns and cycles and traumas bit by bit. So it would not, it's as I say, you can marvel at the intelligence of the self, the love, you are gaming every single character can you imagine, there's billions of so-called individuals in this game, right? That's serious control. I mean, serious, wow. It's like your dream. Yeah, it's done. It's a divine plan. I mean, it's orchestrating this whole thing very smoothly, and different levels, and okay, these timelines, and they're choosing that, and you're all going through different purging, and even now, we're not all going through this big purge and rebirth at the same time. Because can you imagine, it would be a bit dysfunctional. Then there'd be none of us out there to help those, you see. So some of us are going to be here so we can help these through their shift, and then we finish our shift. The next lot start their, the next purge and clearing, and guess what? So we had to help them. They had to help us. So it's like a relay team. You got to marvel if you know what you are. Nothing. The funniest part, none of this is even happening. No one is here. Nothing's happened. Nothing ever happened. There's no time. There's no space. Oh my gosh. It's a marvel. It's just a marvel. Yeah, I'm in such awe with what we are. So there we are. Don't forget, you have a magic genie in your pocket. Watch what you say, because it'll make whatever you say and believe happen for you. Like, no. And this in the old teachings, this was not known. You see? You were always a victim. Even that was a negative. Oh no, you were stuck here, you've misidentified, blah, blah, blah. That was always seen from a negative perspective as well. No, it was never stuck here. As I say, it's only the divine here. You're creating this thing. No. Exactly. The divine is the only one doing it. No one's ever stuck here. It's doing it because it likes doing it. But now it's changing the game from this negative polarity to a more positive story, you know? Because they were just, you know, as I say, weren't creating a nice story for yourselves. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Could you imagine? I mean, I think I'd choose this path. When you realize that, and when you see that, as I say, like, there's no filter. When they tell you, when they feel something, when there's no character there, there's no character to filter it. They feel that whatever happens, they feel the love with intensity. They feel sadness. It's not them, but the energy, its experience is felt, but not by anybody. Yeah. That's the thing. So yes, they know it's not them, but that doesn't stop them from feeling it. So when they feel sadness arises, boy, they experience sadness 100%. They experience joy 100%. They experience compassion, all things 100%. Now, can you imagine those with serious trauma, haven't let go of their things, experiencing that? Eesh, big pain. So it's better to do this way. Slowly it's coming out, being released slowly, slowly, slowly. You know, the more you release, obviously the less, the more love, the more light, the more, you know, there's just, look at Ramana Maharshi. How many years of meditation release? Those that shone, and another one, Amanda May Ma. Or there was, when the time she was finished, there was only pure love and pure light. Pure bliss. There was no more, nothing was held here. All of that was gone. No distortion, no fear, no grief, none of those, they were just, it really had purified everything. That was all gone. That's a lot of work. Hectic. Anyway, I'm not watching the time, so I won't be able to save this. Yeah, I think it's too long now. It doesn't allow me to upload videos that are, I think I started at 6:30. Well, yeah, I think it was. So it's way over time. So I won't be able to upload this video to assist anyone later to watch to YouTube, because it doesn't allow you to upload videos more than 1 gigabyte or 1 hour anymore. I never set the alarm. Anyway. Is moving to CLT a bad idea? Where's CLT? I don't know. You'll have to tell me where CLT is. We are oneness, yes. Meg, I don't know where CLT is. And that all depends on what you believe, what timeline, what you haven't released and cleared. There's so many stories going on out there. This is one, right? So there's stories about this timeline and all we do, whatever. We're controlled by these things, we're in a trap, whatever. There's everything. So have you taken on, be careful what you take on from the outside. Anything, everything. It doesn't mean it's a truth. Everything is an offer, it's a story to co-create with. Everybody's belief, that's going to happen, these ETs, this is going to happen, that's going to, we do, all our stories and beliefs. It depends on which one you are identifying with. And that just shows you if you're resonating with it, then you're resonating with fear and trauma, because so if you are attracted to a negative story or fearful story, it's because it's within you. So you got to start digging. You've taken it as a truth belief. You can choose. There's heaven on earth, the Garden of Eden. All of these timelines are here. Now, all of them. There's not even a climate thing has to happen. There's some versions where there's no climate, nothing. It's a smooth transition, nothing. That's what I'm saying. You choose the story and belief. So a lot of people are, it's just a story. It's absolutely a story. You choose whichever one, there we are, and release the one you don't want. So if it's a shit story, like, no, don't. Realize I don't have to choose that as my truth and that timeline. Release that belief that I'm going to be wiped off by a tsunami or comet or whatever nonsense. Release it. Don't choose it. You've got a genie in your pocket. It will create whatever you ask. Whatever you believe and define as your truth, it's going to give it to you. So choose one that you want. That's how much choice you have. Absolute free will. Choose whatever you want as you define. This is my truth, my belief. Claim it, make it, manifest it, see it, release everything else, and that's exactly what you will get. An experience, remember, because this is your little bubble. You're creating your own little story there. And the whole world is in your bubble. Literally. So you'll experience that world, that story, exactly. So you claim heaven on earth, the Garden of Eden, whatever you want, claim it, see it, visualize it. All right. You do not have to choose because someone on their tarot saw there's going to be that, that's going to happen. Blah, blah. Remember, it's within them. If you go to my YouTube channel, I've explained that very clearly. In Free Yourself from All Suffering, I think, and identifying the shadow, the reflection. Because this, as I say, the Taurus field is your universe. Inside that, what you don't realize is what you think here, you're seeing, that's it. Imaginary world, that's it. Everything. That whole story exists in this bubble. The world, the people, brrr. That's it. So literally, you can do anything, go anywhere, be anything, because you're nothing. And everything. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's just mind-blowing. The only thing it doesn't believe it is the parrot. You see, the program here is what will block you. So that's why I say you're going to manifest it, focus on it, believe it, reprogram, change, heal and clear. You're going to release the thing that's going to stop you. So here, this is what we're going to release and reprogram. Because the filter, all right, especially even if you believe it, it's just, yeah, whatever. Oh. Everything is a belief, as Bashar says. So if we go back to the fact that there's nothing has any meaning. We define it and give it meaning, as Bashar says. Everything. That's it. That's how everything is really, it's so, amazing. All right, lovely people. I've been on here a long time. So I cannot upload this to YouTube because they don't allow it anymore, these long videos. So I cannot save it for future to help anybody, I'm afraid. You'll have to... Yes, by stopping saying that. By first of all stopping saying I am. Start saying I'm happy, affirmations, reprogram. I did something on my channel called affirmations already. Same as Dr. Joe Dispenza, so you can do it with your health, with anything. You'll see when you start doing them, as I said, you'll start feeling it because you'll find the trigger. So if you start saying I'm happy, I'm peace, where it feels uncomfortable or makes you upset, it feels like, that's when you say that word and you'll immediately feel not right, that shows you there's a negative. So your belief energy is not that. So when you say I'm happy, you start feeling awkward. So you're letting go of all that shit. Reprogram it. Start with gratitudes. Yes, thank you. That's very nice of you, David. Yes, absolutely. Oh, you are very welcome. These are not planned, because as I say, you're not the only one going through this. This one's, I had 3 to release today already. A lot of work at the moment. If you're feeling, there's a lot of pain. People are experiencing a lot on the head. And it seems to move. So if you're feeling pain or pressure, headaches around the head, this is okay. Sometimes around the lungs is grief and kidneys. All right. Some of the energies that are being released, stories and whatever, So I will be on when also, it's suitable here because I've also got to do the work. This form is still here, It's also got to do its releasing and its work and this and that. And it also gets tired. It's going through the same with you. The body's going through the same changes, and it's not young either, this body. And it's been around the block, let me tell you. It's wow. So yeah, we're also doing that. You see, I'm healthy, I'm young, I'm this, or whatever we did. So you can do all these, you can claim them, but it's like 40 days, And you will see, you'll start teaching the mind to believe it, and then you'll see you will start feeling it. It'll shift, okay? But when there's resistance to it, or you feel, that shows you. So when anything you say, I'm happy, I'm love, I'm this, and you feel resistance, there's a belief, trigger, or trauma there that hasn't been released. And then you're going to dig into that, find out what it is, ask them to show you, and then, okay, I release that. So reprogram the parrot, because that thing can cause some fun here, really. Watch what you say, what you think. And it's not what I'm going to be, I am. You can't say, I'm going to be happy, I'm going to be rich. I am happy, I am peace, I am abundant, I am free. There's no going to, because then you're telling source, I'm going to be. So you're going to keep going to be. You're never going to get it. Don't say I will or I'm going to. Because that means you haven't got it. I am. I have. I am abundant. Which you are, because there's only you in existence. I am abundant. There's no joke. There's nothing but you. So it's not possible not to be abundant. You are abundant. You are whole. You are unconditional love. You are wholeness. You are divine. You are, yeah, that's it. You are everything. But it takes, the more resistance you have, just the more clearing, the programs, all the rubbish you were told to believe, you're not good, you're that, you're silly, whatever nonsense you took on, bullying as a child, blah, 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 blah. All right. As I was just saying to her, Nikki, follow my channel. I'm doing a series at the moment to help on the shift, on coping with the symptoms and the whole awakening. I've put it into a playlist. So this is why I'm making those videos on there now, and I'll be making lives as well. I'll be going on just whenever. And people can ask questions and whatever they're stuck with, okay. But now I'm thirsty and I want to rest. I don't want to lie awake all night either. Hope not anyway, let's see. The energies I noticed are picking up again. Because I was feeling very tired early on, and now I'm getting a little bit, who knows? That's what I'm saying. You can go through that, and then you can just go, then you've got so much energy and you can't sleep. It's just, oh wow. It's amazing. You go from one to the other, like wow. So as soon as you do a release and clearing, you can go from this feeling dense and tired and really sore to like, poof. It's crazy. Being up there again, you know, like the ever-ready bunny. And wow, yeah. So I think in the future, as I say, like they don't sleep. Some of these ETs, they don't sleep because you don't need to. You just, okay, you know, there's no, when you are the source, remember, can you imagine then, there's no block. So there'll be no density, nothing, you know, you are oneness, you are in flow. So you've got a constant charge of energy. You see, when you're in that God source spirit again, you don't need to sleep. The gurus will tell you, there's no sleep. There's always awake. The awareness is always awake. There's no such thing as sleep, and everyone's sleeping. Even when you're sleeping, the self is still awake. That's what I'm saying. They don't sleep. So I was even thinking now, because often I can lie awake to 4 a.m, you know. It's like you're by yourself and you think, okay, so I'm thinking of getting a coloring book. You know those mindful coloring books? So I don't scroll. I was going to get one of those things. And if I sit up now and I don't know what to do with myself, and it gets dark and it's quiet and it's whatever, and I don't feel like cooking, I mean, what are you going to do? I don't eat processed food anyway, so there's no baking. There's only me. So I thought, oh, I'm not talking to myself. So I mean, sometimes you're not in the mood to meditate in the middle of the night. You can. So a mindful book, or, you know, what would be useful, because you don't want to make a noise and keep everyone awake, because, I mean, it's just you, right? So you don't want to put music on and start dancing at 2 to 4 a.m, because, like, hello, your neighbors wouldn't appreciate it. So, yeah, something like a tennis court or a squash court in your house, or we're going to need to entertain ourselves in the future, because we know we're not sleeping. Well, if you're young and you've got a boyfriend, well, you're going to have lots of fun. But if you're like us older people and you're on your own, or you're, you know, not young, it's like those kind of things, you know, you're not controlled by the genetics anymore. You're not controlled by desire or the monkey part of you, the DNA anymore. So yeah, you know, I don't know. Squash court would be useful, or something like that. So if you can't sleep, no, I need to get my eyes done again, because I see I need to change these glasses. It is. There's forever, infinite, just a different name, I suppose. Infinity, just a way of describing it. So yeah, I know, I could do with, I was thinking something like a squash court or some kind of thing, and you know, it would be very useful, because what do you do when you're by yourself and you can't sleep and you've got too much energy? You know? Dancing, loud music, but then my neighbors would not love me too much. And most of my neighbors are also like old, wow, like really, you know, really old. So yeah, they wouldn't. Tai Chi, Qigong, I don't know. So I think I'll just get one of those colouring books and sit in bed and have some tea and draw. Sometimes you do that, and then 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, the sun comes up, and now you can sleep. I mean, it's just like, and then you will sleep till 10 o'clock. That's it. I often do that. It's like, wow, I'll go to sleep 4, 5 in the morning. It's like, oh my gosh. But you'll see when your energy's low there. Watch this, people. Look out for this. When you are tired, or when you're doing through a purge and clear, your frequency and vibration, your energy drops. So you drop into a lower frequency and vibration. So it's nothing wrong with you. But remember, when you lower yourself, everything's in frequency and vibration. So all the thoughts, all those energies. So this is why you don't feel good when you purge and you feel out of whack. It's because you're used to being on a higher frequency and vibration. But in order to feel that density you are clearing, you're going to drop to those things. And they are lower densities. So all the negative thoughts and all the fear, everything is at the same frequency. So this is why those tapped in feel like something's wrong and I don't feel good, because you're not used to being in that frequency. All the negative thoughts, all the negative content, all that, everything that vibrates at that frequency and resonance is there as well. You see, so you'll start picking up all these negative things and feeling them as well, because they're at that same density. That's all it is. But when it's released, poof, you're up again. So it's just like you're just going here. It's like you drop down to process grief or something, and then you're up again. Oh my gosh. All right, so let's hope the old bat can sleep tonight. That would be good. Well, I have slept well the last couple of nights. I'm trying to get into a pattern because it throws you out. Because you don't want to get tired, because you do drop. Although it can be very calming. If you find yourself tired, then also after that being so hyped up, you'll find yourself, your body will be very calm. And then meditating is like, All right. I'm tired and thirsty now. Lots of love, and I will see you guys next time I go live. If let's just see, watch my TikTok page. Sometimes if I'm gonna know beforehand, I'll post a thing saying going live tonight or tomorrow, whatever. But sometimes I just get guided. Like tonight, I did not feel like it. I was feeling very tired earlier, and I was doing a lot of releasing as well. And then I finished it, and I was like, yeah, go live. And I was like, okay. Anyway, such is. All right, beautiful beings. Have lots of love. Thanks for this co-creation. Lots of joy. It brings joy to the one. All right. And it's lovely to co-create and to share, because we all help each other. We're all in this together, because we're all the same one. We're all playing here. We're just playing different roles for each other. We're playing mirrors for each other. Lots of love. Bye.